I roll up and I'm smelling like a right now. I do this for my rounds. Oh yeah. Feel like in the real life, dripping on sauce in the good life. You shine, I shine, and ain't nobody gonna take mine. I just wanna be a boss.
Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach, and you're tuned in to Madden 19 on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be an intriguing matchup between the Cleveland Browns and the Miami Dolphins. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Coach. From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the Miami Dolphins. Hi, everyone. Brandon Godden, Charles Davis. Charles, you look at the Dolphins as they enter play in this one. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they've handled all covers through the first 3 months, a perfect 12-0.
Yeah, they're 3/4 of the way to a perfect season, and now's where it really starts to get into your mind. We'll see if it affects their play in any way.
Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. Ryan Tannehill will be orchestrating the offense, the top 10 pick back in 2012.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
They'll start on the ground with Balaj. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. The numbers for him from a week ago, 22 carries, 73 yards, and a touchdown.
11 touchdowns on the ground this season, and the pride really extends throughout the entire offense. And in this case, I'm focusing on the offensive line. The leverage, the ability to get downfield, make that extra block in order to give him more space to run. They really look forward to him carrying the football because they're going to get him to the end zone.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. He juked it, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Catch made right side by Wilson. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now a handoff looking right. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
Man, how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. On 4th down, they snap it to Mayfield. And this is caught. He hits Landry. That one good for 17 yards on 4th. Couldn't ask for much more from your offense there. 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. These are his numbers from last week's contest. And Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
First carry for Nick Chubb. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. Handoff comes to Chubb. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I'm guaranteeing you, it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up with a very good clip.
And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move as they face a 2nd down here. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Here we go. Green 39.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. They only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. Mayfield to throw it. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 4th down. They'll run it now out of the gun, and he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down, and the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. The gap
blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you offside. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Balaj. Rumbling past the 30. And now running right through it. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Kalen Balaj, 81 yards. And the Dolphins strike quickly here for 6 points. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back.
And he's into the clear. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A big play there with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who is a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Now Stephen Gostkowski on for the extra point. Extra point good by Gostkowski. And we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Williams to return. And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line.
Well, that return gives him a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
Tannehill and the Dolphins break the huddle. Come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
20. Go.
The drive will commence with a run by Balaj. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
They go play action here on 1st down. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play-action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. From the gun, here's Tannehill. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
If you run an out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
And it's caught by Parker. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And a nice gain of 21 yards. First foray into the red zone for Miami. 1st and 10 at the 19. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We'll come back to Miami after this. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. On first down, Tannehill. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Mike Gesicki, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins are in for 6. Sometimes those tight ends are a mismatch. They found the mismatch there.
And that's exactly why you want to drop those types of plays, because coverage is just going to go to the natural guys, the guys that make the big plays on the outside. If you work your tight end into it, that's a tough one for a defense to handle.
Tough. They couldn't handle it. It worked out for 6. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was really easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Now they try the right side here. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. And they'll run it here. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
A first down throw for Mayfield. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Mayfield on first down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A gain of 6 there on first. The Browns try to get back and set quickly here. Time ticking away. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. That's taken in by Callaway. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Antonio Callaway, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Gostkowski with the extra point. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Williams now on the return. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
On the right side, open is Gesicki. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. On the left side, this is Stills. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Tannehill on the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll get it to the 40. Broke a tackle there to get some extra yardage. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position. And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves. And an alley to run. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings. And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side. But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive? Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you. Now they'll run it on the toss. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success. Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Leopard.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll run it now out of the gun. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. They're indeed going. It's Mayfield. Completes this to Callaway over on the right side. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
We always hear about guys wanting to make plays that quiet a crowd.
Yeah.
After that one.
Here in the third quarter, they were hoping to get the stop, get the football back. Not the case.
What a completion on a 4th down play.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now they'll run it on the toss. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
I remember playing, and from a safety's perspective, when you saw a toss play and trying to see guys get to the edge and get outside, that was always a tough moment because where do you go to pick up the ball carrier? If they seal the edge and seal the perimeter, they're going to bounce that outside. It's a lot longer run, and you got to make sure your angle is right because once they get to the edge, they're going to pick up good yardage. Your job now is to make sure they don't go all the way for a touchdown. You have to become an excellent tackler against a lot of bodies out leading a runner.
Good
And on this play, the defenders were finally able to rally to the ball after a big pickup of yardage and herd him out of bounds.
All right, now look at 56.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
A second down throw for Mayfield. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
Mayfield from the gun on third down. He's got his tight end in Njoku. And he's taken down inside the 30. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first.
Gone! All right, now lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On third down, it's Love. He'll have a first down inside the 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
A lot depended on the spot there, and he got it. But it wasn't by much, was it? I remember Coach Madden talking about, depending on which foot the official used, that would tell you whether you got the first down or not. You want that upfield foot to be the one that spots the ball, don't you?
And you and I have the... And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great effort there with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the second most in a single year. And the Browns have moved out in front. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
So that one, a 13-play drive in total. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. Williams to return. Oh, good footwork on the spin. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
To throw on second down is Tannehill. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
From the gun on third down, Tannehill. Oh, he can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get them to fourth down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. And the Browns getting set to go. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. First down, Mayfield. Throwing right, and that's complete. Past the 20. And he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field. A big play there on the catch and run. 42 yards.
A lot of receivers see the drag route as a risk-reward type of a play. The risk, going into the middle of the field where there's some big people who want to hit you. But the reward is oftentimes you get lost in coverage, running a little bit underneath. And when you catch it just right, as we just saw there, the end result can be a big, big play.
He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a second and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a third time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. He's going to get it running right. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. A great play there with touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. Oh, this is blocked, but he will not be able to bring this one back, and the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I remember when they changed the rule, and there's a lot of consternation, especially coming from the kickers. Okay, how's this going to affect things, having to kick a longer one now? Much more of a field goal attempt. And the defensive guys saw it as an opportunity to get more block.
That's exactly right. There's more effort now. Before, when it was snapped down near the goal line, you would basically see guys just stand there.
Yeah, not anymore. Now, those guys are going after it because not only can they knock it away and change a little bit of momentum,
and get 2 points.
They can pick it up and take it back for 2 points.
And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Oh, that's That's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Under 4 to play now. Clock running, 3rd down. Now Tannehill. And throw right side complete to Parker. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Tannehill with a hook up to Parker for the Dolphin first. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Albert Wilson, the intended receiver there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old-school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football, because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the 4th quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't it?
Desperation time for Tannehill on 4th down. Now he's going to go up top. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off at the 30. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. Now the Dolphins are going to take another timeout here. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. This quarterback now 13 out of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st down. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Look at the spin.
Balance.
Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a 1st.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Hurry up, here we go. 3:19. 3:19.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. A great effort there. Becoming just the 2nd player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. And the Browns add on to their lead. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone can stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. On 1st down, it's Tannehill. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Wilson. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there. Now a 1st down throw, Tannehill. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down, Devontae Parker was the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Tannehill. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Joe Schobert in there to drop him for a loss on the play. Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. Flex it into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. Parker unable to get that one.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10. Well, the lead late in the 4th, but Mayfield's going to throw it. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this one incomplete. So the clock stopped now with 20 seconds remaining. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Room here to run. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. That's Njoku over the middle. And he'll go down at the 28. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Set. 319. 319.
Now a handoff looking right. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. The Browns on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 7. Now they'll run it on the toss. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Browns, the streak lives as they move to 13-0 now on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for Miami, it's going to all but eliminate them from the play.